So today I'm going to give you my top favorite read from each month of the year. January was an absolute no-brainer for me. I picked Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is still my favorite fantasy duology of all time, and it'll take a lot to beat this. For February, I picked On the Same Page. This is a sapphic best friends to lovers romance, and something I learned about myself this year is that I'm a huge sucker for a friends to lovers romance if it's done right. If it's done wrong, it's probably my least favorite thing ever. But this one, in my opinion, was done very right. In March, I had an arc of Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and although I did have another 5-star romance this month, this just blew everything out of the water. I think so many people connected with this book this year, and it's just one of those romances that is so much more than just a cute, fun, summery romance. Then in March, another arc won out over everything. I read Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto, which really surprised me this year. This is like romance catnip for broody musical people. It's like a spicy rivals to lovers romance, and they're both these incredibly gifted strings musicians. May was another month that surprised me. I have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I was having a really bad reading month, and I wasn't expecting much from this one, but I ended up really liking this one. What I remember really standing out about this book to me was the amount of downtime and the like quiet romance. This is a best friend's brother romance that takes place over the course of like several summers. In June, I read Funny Story and Not in Love, and it's really rude of you to make me choose between these two books, but if I had to, I actually think I'm going to go with Not in Love. I think it's really, really hard to make like an erotic romance, which is like mostly spice, that still feels like it has character development and a satisfying romance, and for me not to get bored with all the spice. And I think this one accomplished it really well. Ali Hazelwood's writing just always hits for me, no matter the genre. I had no 5-star romances in July, but I'm gonna give this one to Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. Our main female character is on the run, and she ends up having to hide out at the Fox family distillery ranch. They produce bourbon, and I was just really in the mood for a cowboy romance, and this one did it for me. Then I had the complete opposite problem in August because I had 4 5-star romances this month, but I think I have to give this one to the Kindred Curse saga purely because I just had the best time reading this series with all the reveals and the slow burn romance. It was just a good time. September was also difficult for me to pick one because I had several books that made it to my favorite books of the year list this month, but I have to go with Nocticadia because it was exactly what I was looking for this month with the gothic, dark academia, forbidden romance vibes. October for me goes to Metal Slinger. I think the world was really unique. I really loved the oceanic vibes, the romance, and that twist at the end. Still not over it. And finally, for November, I'm giving this one to Kingdom of Claw, which is the second book in the Ashen series. This is a Viking romance series. I have really, really high hopes for where this series is going. But let me know what your favorite book was that you read this year.